Welcome back to DIY Squaredrop Camper Build Part 10. The walls are going up in this video. Finally, we're there. So if you recall back in one of the other videos, I was building this wall and I had to take out a lot of space here for the spars and the roof to fit in. Unfortunately, I did it kind of janky and very ghetto. So here, I'm coming back in and I'm using a router and I'm evening out the space here so that the roof and the spars that go in between the walls can actually sit flush and flat against an area. I didn't record all of it, but I recorded part of it just because I wanted to show you guys how I managed to do it with the router here. Pieces of wood that equaled the same height and just routering it down. So here is the first wall getting dry fitted. We're checking to make sure that there's no gaps, that there's no issues, that it's flush on the floor with a little bit of it on the outside of the floor, and it looks good. So this moment, I can't even honestly express how stoked I was that this happened. As you can see, also, Darnell's here to help me today. It was amazing to have him here. He was here for like 5 hours. So here I'm putting PL Premium on the floor, on the top where where part of the wall will be sitting, and on the outside where the outside wall will be hanging over. Just using the PL Premium. I can't remember exactly what the product was, but it was. I'll probably have a link down to it in the comments. So once we got the PL Premium up, we got it flush with the front and used those Deadman braces, which I screwed to the floor. Got that all set up, clamped it at the top, as you can see, and now we're going around. I'm putting pilot holes in, and Darnell here is putting in the screws on the outside, and then we come into the inside and filling in our pocket holes. And those Deadman braces are going to stay there until this cures. Well, it'll actually be there for about 3 weeks while I'm on my honeymoon, because I leave here tomorrow. This video will be probably about 2 weeks into our honeymoon when this is posted live, just to give you guys some content while I'm away. Here's the lower bulkhead, and this is getting dry fit as well. Make sure it fits in the slot. And it's attached to the ground and not just hanging on the dados that we built. Here comes the second wall. This is the dry fit, just making sure it looks good. We got it flush in the front. We got the bulkhead situated, and the camera falls again. You guys are wondering, I've only broken one. I have not broken more than that. So Darnell's holding the wall while I am coming around, making sure everything looks good. I dry fit the front as well, the little shelf that I'll be having in the front. I'm realizing now I should probably have a thicker one, or at least something a little stronger in the front, but I think that the spars that are going around the front and the top where the roof will go will probably be enough support. So I'm measuring, making sure that the floor and the shelf are at least within a 1/16 of an inch as far as how wide everything is going up, because I want it to be as square as possible, and it was within exactly 1/16 of an inch. It was 1/16 of an inch off, and that is fine by me. So I screwed in this block, you can see, to keep the bulkhead from moving when we put in the pocket screws. This is all Tony Latham's book and his ideology, and it worked really great. I highly recommend it. So I screwed that in so that the bulkhead will not move when I screw it in eventually. And we go ahead and put the PL Premium on the floor and on the sides of the floor. Darnell is spreading it out, making sure it's got enough coverage. And then we put up the wall. Overall, my main goal was originally to have this done by the honeymoon. However, just with time and needing help with certain things, it came to a point where I was like, okay, as long as I get the walls up before the honeymoon. And this was recorded on June 7th, which was exactly 1 day before we flew out for our honeymoon. So I managed to get the walls up before the honeymoon, and I am super stoked about that fact. So as you can see, I also put the other dead man brace on the other side. This is just to keep it clamped at the top so that the wall could be at roughly 90-degree angle going up to have this cure. And, oh, camera fell again. You guys, it's unbelievable how much I dropped this camera. It's on a tripod and everything, and I still managed to fall over. The wind here is ridiculous. So here I'm getting the PL Premium into where the bulkhead is, just to secure that. We got that done, and now we're gonna put it in the wall, and then my camera died. So we put the wall up just off of camera, and now we're going through and doing all the screwing on the outside, using pocket hole screws for now. Those will be changed out to wood screws with a flat top, so that I can put some filler over the top, and then the screws will vanish. But for now, because pocket hole screws have a very flat base right above the screw, these are helping to essentially help clamp this wall into place against the floor. And right here, I'm putting pocket hole screws into the bulkhead, which I will also change out because we put PL Premium in the bulkhead slot so that everything gets all clamped up nice and tidy. Realistically, I should have taken the wheels off and did some screws there too, but unfortunately I did not have the time to do that. So Darnell's getting all the pocket hole screws into the second wall and in the bulkhead to keep it all secured and straight. And he was such a great help today. Here we're cleaning up all the extra squeeze out PL Premium and then wiping it all down with acetone and trying to get as much of it out as possible. There's definitely going to be some left over just because it was really hard to get it out, but it's all going to be covered by the mattress anyway, so who cares? When we get back in early July, I will be putting in the spars that go across the roof and the front of the trailer, as well as putting in the ceiling. That'll be my first video. And then Darnell here, who is a master electrician, in the next video following that, will be helping me do all the electrical throughout the entire camper. So here as I said, we're just cleaning up all the PL Premium on the outside and on the inside of the camper. I'm putting together one of my new pipe clamps that I got because we're about to put in this front. I'm putting PL Premium now in those little dado slots for the front shelf slot. And there the shelf goes in. Everything looks good. Put the pipe clamp on just to really squeeze it together, but not too much. There's just a little bit of a bow with the pressure I put in, and then I put in, once again, pocket hole screws on the outside to really clamp it together and get that PL Premium to stick to everything. If you're liking my content so far, feel free to like and subscribe. I have about 100 subscribers, and that's way more than I thought I'd have. But, you know, some of these videos actually have like almost 1,000 views, which is great. I really hope that people are being able to use this information to build their own campers. Once again, everything is due to Tony Latham's book and the TNTT forums. It's been really, really helpful. So once again, we're just cleaning up the PL Premium from the shelf up here. Eventually, once the wall is up, I'll be putting a little support underneath it just so it doesn't bow with any weight. But for now, I just wanted to get that secured in there so that I can start on the spars and the roof and the ceiling as soon as I get back. Here's a short little video, just kind of a walk around of everything. It's really starting to look like a camper now. I honestly can't tell you how excited I am about this. We'll also be putting in the countertop in the back that will stretch into the cabin for a shelf once I get back. And I'll have a couple of still photos here coming up in the garage. So here's one of the side walls. You can see the screws that are in there holding in the bulkhead, and now the shelf. There's a little close-up, a little more close-up, I should say, than the previous ones. And then this is the bulkhead being screwed down on the inside, and the back shelf. So once again, like and subscribe. Thank you so much.